Remember when we was little? I mean, something about how our brain is wired. Our brains really enjoy things that we're not supposed to do. I don't know why our brains is backwards like that. When we was at recess, we used to hit people, fight. That used to really feel good. Talking during class and SHIT, like, come on, it gives us that dopamine rush. It activates it in our receptors in our brain. I mean, but to be honest with you, it's not about that subject. This video has nothing to do with any of that right now. You know what I'm saying? It's just that, for example, when we used to be kids and we used to do something bad, we always used to use the famous term, I didn't do nothing. Break that sentence down. Technically, I did not do nothing. That technically means you did something. This video is not about how to conjugate double negative in the English language. This video has nothing to do with that. This video has to do with just one part of that sentence, nothing. Okay, so let's talk about nothing. First of all, can our brains actually register the word nothing? First of all, how does nothing look like? What is nothing? Exactly. Calm down and meditate about that. Before you look at this video, I'm just warning you, this video may have you questioning reality, and it may have you somewhat overthinking. It may cause physical pain to your brain, and I'm just warning you that, only look at this video if you choose, okay? What exactly is nothing? I mean, everything you see around you is something, right? I mean, what is nothing? If you took everything away from what's around you, if there was nothing around you, if you can possibly imagine how nothing looks like, just imagine nothing around you. Okay, first of all, I know a lot of people say this. Oh, well, I'm just floating in nothing. I'm just air, that's it. Well, take the air away. What is there? Okay, what is there if there's no air? Okay, it would just be darkness. You'll be floating in darkness. Okay, first of all, I need to correct you, especially if you are a black person. You better not say darkness is nothing. You better not say that, okay? Darkness and nothing is not the same thing, okay? Because you are something. Even darkness matters, okay? But take away the darkness. What is there? Because darkness is something, okay? So if there was no darkness, what is there? What is there? Oh, it's just white, a white background. Even the color white is something. It's something. If you can see it, it's something. So take that away. Well, I don't know. It's something that's not black or white. It's gray. I don't know. Well, technically, gray is a mixture between black and white. It's two colors at the same time. So technically, that's something. If you keep trying to visualize how nothing looks like, you will hurt yourself. So let's just talk about what's there. Let's not think about how it looks like. Let's just talk about what is there. Okay, if there was nothing. Oh, it's just space. Well, space is something. The cubic foot of space. Okay? 1 cubic foot plus 1 cubic foot is 2 cubic feet of space. You can add it because I added something, which is space. Space is something, right? You can measure it. If you can measure it, it's something. I mean, how would it look like if you take space away? Like, if you remove space, what is there? What exactly is there? Because a gap of something, a gap is something. Okay, so you can measure a gap. It's something. A gap is something. So if you just remove that area of space, what is there? I mean, you can't just say it's just a gap because a gap is something. You try to remove that gap, like remove that area. What is there? I'm talking about if you just open it and look what's inside, like what is there? Our brains is not built, it's not hardwired to register what's outside of three-dimensional space, okay? Listen to this. I know what you're asking. Where is there an area somewhere in the universe where there's a rip that you can actually see, like there's an area where is actually a rip somewhere in the universe? Is that possible? The crazy answer is yes. There are thousands of openings like that, where is an opening in space, and there's like, you go into this opening and all of physics is distorted. All of physics is impossible. You can't measure it. Time doesn't even work. there. I'm not wrong. You can actually research this yourself. It is an opening exactly 9,000 trillion miles away from here. Okay? And it is so vast, like it's hard for even scientists to really calculate. It's called a black hole. A black hole is actually a rip in space caused by an infinite amount of energy that is concentrated at one point. A black hole is not what you actually think. Because let me tell you something about a black hole. A black hole, now, what you know about a black hole is not what you actually think it is. A black hole is so distorted, it actually stops time. Time doesn't even work in a black hole because it's a hole of nothing. It's literally a hole in space. Nobody, not even the smartest scientist on this planet, knows what happens when you go into a black hole, because a black hole is a hole of nothing. It's impossible for us to even see what goes in there because light can't even escape it. A black hole is so powerful. It's that, first of all, when you have a ball of nothing, time doesn't work. No laws of physics can possibly exist there. Okay? I'm talking about nothing can be measured. Measurements can't exist. You can't measure anything there. It is so powerful, it actually distorts space around it. Gravity is so intense around a black hole that a black hole just this small, this tiny, if I would have dropped it, it will go through the floor underneath me, the floor underneath it, and it keeps going all the way to the bottom of this building, into like 7 miles down into the ground. And it'll go all the way down, sink all the way to the bottom of the earth. And it will completely swallow the entire earth in less than like 6 hours. The reason why its gravity is so strong is because it distorts time, gravity, and anything that's possible, all concentrated in it. Like, first of all, how a black hole is formed. First of all, remember when I told you that black hole is like a rip, or opening in space, almost like a portal, or like something that's like, how is possible to actually open space? Like, is that possible? How, what can possibly open space? Like, what possible materials, like magical machine, could possibly do that? I understand from a human's brain, it is hard to actually register how to do that. Like, how to open space, like how to rip a hole in it. First of all, you need an infinite amount of energy, okay? What can possibly have an infinite amount of energy to actually open space? First of all, let's talk about something huge. Let's talk about something that's infinitely, tremendously heavy. Like something so heavy. You're talking about lifting the entire planet heavy, but more heavier than that. Let's talk about the Earth. Let's talk about something bigger than the Earth. The sun. Yeah, I'm talking about this big. Huge thing. Look how small the Earth is, and look how big the sun is. Not even the sun has that energy enough to actually compress space. Let's talk about something bigger than the sun. Let's talk about this star called Betelgeuse. Betelgeuse is so huge that if you put it in the solar system, it will actually take up all of the planets except for Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Betelgeuse is so huge, it's so heavy. When it finally runs out of energy, all of the pressure in the core of that huge monster, all that pressure does not know where to go. So instead of going somewhere, because all of the pressure is coming from every side of it, it can't go anywhere. So all the pressure will actually explode. It will explode so much energy that it will actually rip space, and it will create a hole, and everything around that hole will fall out of the hole, and it will actually create a black hole. That's how black holes are formed. Black holes are formed with an infinite amount of energy, and it will actually distort space. It will actually rip it, and then that's how a black hole is formed. Now, I know what you're asking. Where are all of the black holes in the universe? Well, first of all, I just want to say they are quite far away from here. the nearest black hole is 1,500 light years away from here. And to give you a perspective of how long 1 light year is a total of 6 trillion miles, okay? Because that's the distance it takes light to travel in 1 year. And let me tell you something, it's far away from here, okay? I can tell you that right now. It is far away from here. And one of the biggest black holes that is literally, around us, or I don't want to say around because it's super far. These things are tremendously far away from Earth. Like, I don't think humans will ever visit one, to be honest with you. But a black hole is actually, there's a black hole in the center of our galaxy. Now listen to this good. Listen to this good. The one that's in the center of our galaxy is the reason why our galaxy is shaped like a spiral. Notice how our galaxy is shaped like a drain. Like, notice how you wash your dishes, you see the bubbles in the dishwater. Notice how when you take the stopper out of the drain, the water goes, in it, and the suds starts to shape like a galaxy because it's going into this hole. The same reason why the Milky Way galaxy is shaped like a drain, or like some type of, something is sucking in it, because there's a humongous black hole in the middle of the galaxy, okay? And then it's sucking everything in. But do not panic, okay? Because it will take billions and billions of years for our solar system to get near the middle of the galaxy. It takes hella centuries, hella millenniums to get there, okay? I don't even think humans will be even on this planet by the time the Earth gets to the middle of the Milky Way. It's like, we have a long way to go, so do not panic, okay? But that's how black holes form, okay? And that's what a black hole is. You may want to get some more researchers on a black hole, because the thing is, I can't tell you everything about it. I don't know everything about it. Stephen Hawking, the scientist that studies most about it. So I don't want to take up too much of your time, so I'm talking about these things, but this is exactly what's going on in the Milky Way. This is exactly how nothing looks like. Our brain cannot register it. Yeah, I just want to say, sorry to really hack your brain or make you overthink too much tonight, but I just want to say I'm keeping it popping on. Hopefully everyone has a positive and safe night.